Most people saw episode 6 as just Stella's farewell, but that's the wrong way to look at it. Her exit wasn't just emotional, it was a warning for every character left on the morning show, and it might be the most important theme of this season. Here are 6 keys that unlock this episode. Welcome to The Real Spot, I'm Bobby Foster, let's dive in. Stella's exit hit hard. This show is going to drastically miss Stella. She stole every scene she was in, and she gave us some of the best performances of this series. She was my second favorite character in the show, and I'm going to miss her a lot. But her exit was very meaningful. She admitted that she was stepping down on people that looked like her and became like the cis white male that she swore she would never be.
I'm racist and sexist, and I stepped on people who look like me to get to where I am.
That's some brutal honesty and a good social commentary on how the power of the patriarchy affects everyone, even those that are trying to resist it. We all need to understand that these sweeping systemic issues we face affect all of us. Anytime one group gets targeted, it affects everyone. But there's more when it comes to the importance of Stella's character in this episode. Stella was self-sabotaging from the very beginning of getting her CEO job because she lost her soul getting the job. She compromised all her values to get to the top, and then she couldn't bear the guilt and the shame. And her downfall is really a warning to Mia. If Mia compromises too much on her path to power, she risks becoming exactly who Stella turned into. I also like how the letter Stella wrote Mia was handwritten, because it contrasts against the theme of AI and tech in this episode. It just goes back to the human connection of writing a letter by hand. But here's the biggest mystery of all. When Stella left Mia the note, it came with a USB flash drive. What is on there? I assume it's some type of blackmail, some type of leverage. Because like I said in the last episode, this show is all about who has leverage on who. I assume it's something about Celine, maybe something about Corey. But what do you think is on the drive? Leave that in the comments. And while Stella's arc in this episode warns us about corrupt systems, the AI storyline in this episode gives us another warning. This season keeps weaving AI into the story. From Alex's deepfake to Stella's AI chatbot glitch. That honestly didn't just ruin her, it might have ruined UBN to a degree too. But so far when it comes to the AI, it's all been about personal harm. The bigger issue hasn't been touched yet, which is the structural cost of AI. As data centers continue to skyrocket, like we've gone from 300 to 5,000 data centers in America in 7 years. The environmental and electrical cost of AI is causing havoc on us. It's using up all our fresh water and putting an extreme amount of stress on our electrical grid. So as you can see, there are larger harms that AI is causing in the real world that I hope the morning show touches on. I think it'd be cool if the story Bradley is uncovering could have something to do with that cost of AI on a structural level. The environmental toll, the corporate abuse, the hidden consequences of it all. That'd be a cool way to tie the plot together and give real commentary on what's happening. But what do you think? Are they handling their commentary on AI in a good way? Leave a comment below. And if you love the morning show and want to talk about it but have no one to talk about it with, go ahead and join the Real Spot Discord. We love talking about shows in there and would love to have you a part of those conversations. And while the AI in the show shows how tech can steal and manipulate our images and voices, Alex made a choice this week that risks legitimizing the wrong voices. I brought this up last week, but I have to bring it up again because they doubled down on it. Alex validating bro is one of the most frustrating things I've seen this season. He's racist, he's sexist, and yet Alex gives him legitimacy. And it's frustrating because this is such a realistic plot. Sometimes you have liberal white women in this country that are willing to put progress aside for their own benefit and to keep the status quo. We see that when 53% of white women voted for Trump in 2024. So this plot of Alex willing to put her morals to the side to try and work with bro to save the company and all that is unfortunately something we see in real life. And in real life, that's also how people like him continue to be platformed. However, there's still 4 episodes left, and I'm hoping that they're going to be using this as a cautionary tale. That bro is somehow going to end up screwing over Alex, and it's going to be a warning about trying to legitimize voices like bros. Because if they're trying to both sides this situation and give him credibility, it completely undermines Chris and Mia's powerful arcs that we saw last week. You can't have progressive character arcs like that when it comes to black women and then uplift Bro's character at the same time. It's contradictory and harming putting them on the same pedestal. And if you look at the way the show is going, it's not going in such a progressive way at UBN. The CEO, who's an Asian woman, just resigned. A black woman, Mia, got screwed over. The network didn't have another black woman's back, Chris. They bring back Corey. They bring back Bradley. 2 white people, one of them being involved in January 6th. And just like Stella admitted in this episode, it seems like UBN is still willing to just step on people of color. So we all thought UBN might change, but no, doesn't seem like it. And while we're talking about the dark nature of UBN, let's talk about the conspiracy around Corey. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, go ahead and like and subscribe so more videos like this will show up in your feed. I've been saying this since the Corey and Bradley blow up. I wanted Corey in investigative mode, and I thought it would be interesting to twist his character into that. And this week we got it, and I was right. Him investigating leading to a moment where he had to go to Alex and say that he was being gaslit just like she did to him earlier in the season was golden.
I'm being gaslit, or whatever you want to call it, and Alex, it is driving me fucking crazy.
Welcome to life as a woman.
Well, I figured there'd be more orgasms.
Yes. Welcome to life as a woman.
Him thinking that his mom was behind him getting the promotion, also golden. But you know what wasn't? The fact the mom was looking into assisted suicide. It's sad for her character, but it's even more sad that this is a reality in real life. And it's even more tragic that it's being marketed to people with disabilities, essentially saying that death is a better option than accommodations. Instead of investing in things to make people's lives easier with disabilities, they'd rather us end our lives instead. And as someone with multiple disabilities, let me just say, fuck that. But back to Corey and his mom. He thought his mom was behind everything, but the big twist is that it was Celine all along. That she's been pulling strings even before she was introduced to the show. So what's Corey gonna do now? Seems like he's going to put that knowledge on the back burner and use it as leverage to make his movie. But I have to say, I'm not buying this whole Corey loves making movies thing. I just don't get it. It doesn't seem like his character. Do you? Because I don't know. I just feel like something is off here. But now that we know who the real villain of the show is, what's about to happen? I called this one from the beginning. Celine has been giving villain energy since day one. And now that we know she's been pulling strings this whole time, the question is just how much does she have her hand in and what's her end goal? I theorized that she was the one that's actually behind Alex's deepfake situation, but I have no idea why she would want to push Alex out. She wanted Stella out so she could be CEO, so that makes sense. But we also don't know why she's burying the story that Bradley's trying to uncover and why she has this goal of wanting to be the CEO. Why does she want to run UBN and what's her vision for the company? Lots of questions being raised now that we know that she's the big bad here. What are your theories about it? I have to say, choosing her as an antagonist is a great choice because it introduces this conspiracy and it's really intriguing. It adds a mystery element to the show and I can't wait to see where it goes. And while I think the morning show got this decision right, the season structure is another thing entirely. On paper, shifting from Alex and Bradley to a true ensemble of a cast sounds great because the cast is stacked. But in execution, the pacing and the plot just feels messy. Here's an example. Last episode ended with the cliffhanger of an FBI agent in Bradley's apartment. This week, it wasn't even mentioned. Earlier, Stella was missing for 2 episodes just to come back for this 1 episode, then she's written off the show for forever. Just feels like the show is juggling too many main character plots at once. When I reacted to the debut trailer for the season, that was my biggest worry. That there was just too many characters and they wouldn't know how to handle it. Although I'm extremely sad that Stella's no longer in the show, it's definitely going to help that issue is just one less character to focus on. Also, we have 4 episodes left, so it's not too late to tighten up the plot and make it feel less disjointed and more cohesive. So I'll just have to make a final judgment about all this at the end of the season. I do think it was a smart move to focus on other characters besides Alex and Bradley though, because we have gotten some high points like Chris's monologue in this whole entire Stella episode. But once again, with that Chris episode, you go from that to her not even being in the next episode. That's what I'm saying. They got to do better than that. Hopefully they get a better handle on the ensemble cast structure going into season 5 after testing the waters in season 4. So episode 6 gave us Stella's abrupt exit, Alex's questionable choices, and Corey finding out a big secret. and the reveal of Celine being the true villain. For me, this episode was frustrating and fascinating at the same time. But what about you? How'd you feel about this episode? Let me know in the comments. And like I said, if you want to talk about it further, go ahead and join the Real Spot Discord. Until next week, I'll see y'all.